Jeff Siegel for ExpressBet.com with Eddie O. And Ed, this is a challenging Santa Anita Derby presented by Run Happy. We are going to enjoy it tomorrow. Good card, but we'll just have to find some value. And how do you look at this race? It's a mile and an eighth. It's the eighth race on the program, and we got a 4 to 5 shot in Authentic. Can we beat him? Do we have to beat him, or where do we go?
Yeah, well, Jeff, it's great to be with you. Good to talk to you. And look, when I look at this race, I look at Authentic and go, okay, probably going to be every bit of 3 to 5, and rightfully so, with the credentials on the track, the conditioner and Bob Baffert, the home track, everything leads to that. But I think this will be interesting is, does Drayden Van Dyke, who is going to be riding Authentic, Jeff, is this a situation where maybe Bob Baffert takes Authentic to school and says, you know what, we know that Shooter Shoot, the 3-horse for Peter Urton, is going to be on the lead. I don't think there's any doubt about that. In my opinion, I'd be interested to see what you think. Is this an opportunity maybe to do a little bit of homework for Bob Baffert and put Authentic just off the pace of Shooter Shoot? So look, I'm not a 3 to 5 guy. Sometimes you got to take what the track gives you, but that's how I kind of see it now. Neither one of those 2 horses is my pick, but I'd be interested in your thought. Do you think Authentic goes nose to nose with Shooter Shoot, or do you think they maybe sit off?
Well, I think that he might have won the race at the draw because he's outside. If he'd been drawn inside the other speed horses, then maybe he would have to go and get pressured and set things up for a closer. But drawn outside, Drayden can either pop and go if nobody goes, or he can just sit outside. This is a quirky colt. You never know what he's going to do. But I think drawn outside with 2 horses, 1 or 2 horses to track, depending on what rush he does, he might show speed as well. I think that's going to be an easy, soft trip for Authentic. And the way he's been training, he's fit, he's ready, he's a good colt. And I think at the draw, that's where I think Bob wanted to be. And so I think Authentic's going to have every chance to verify the short price. But at 3 to 5, as he pointed out, where's the value? So what can we do with this race? How do we gamble on it?
Well, look, I think for me, I'm going to go with Honor AP. I think that they're going to go quick. I'm hoping that they go really quick, and Honor AP with Mike Smith for John Sheriffs could be able to just sit off of that so-called speed duel that I see. And you mentioned rushing. I thought that was really interesting. And what about the 4-horse, Jeff, too? Dior. The best races that this 3-year-old has run now, again, back in the 2-year-old campaign, has been forwardly placed. If I own this horse, I would say, look at Victor, let's go. I want this horse into the race. I don't want to sit here and try to rate. So I think there might be a little bit more speed in this race. I think Honor AP gets a perfect stalking trip. Probably going to be second choice. I would say probably 9 to 5, maybe 2 to 1 if things are all well, Jeff. So I'm going to build around Honor AP and certainly use Authentic second and third.
Yeah, I certainly cannot fault the pick. In fact, like I say, if Authentic had drawn inside of the speed, I would have chosen Honor AP. Now, of these 2, regardless of how the race shows up, which one of these 2 or anybody else has a chance to maybe build on this race and maybe go to Kentucky and maybe make some noise in the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, the first Saturday in September, Jeff. They're still having a tough time. It doesn't roll off the tongue as the normal Kentucky Derby, but I would say Honor AP. I don't know if Authentic can go 1.25 miles. I'm not sure. And his forward style, like this race may change my mind on Authentic to be able to sit off just like Nadal did. And we obviously know that Nadal is no longer racing. But I think Honor AP could be that type of horse, Jeff, that could be in, I don't want to say mid-pack in the Kentucky Derby, but can make that one run and seem to be able to run for, I don't want to say all day, but certainly a good, strong mile and quarter. So if the Derby was tomorrow, the Kentucky Derby, I would probably go more with Honor AP than I would with Authentic.
Sounds good. You'll get a better price probably in the Kentucky Derby than you're going to get tomorrow in the Run Happy Santa Anita Derby. What's your best gamble? What's your best crush, your best score in your gambling history in Kentucky or even in the Santa Anita Derby? Well, which one do you remember the most?
Well, it would have to be, I was at Santa Anita working for NBC a couple of years ago when Justify was just kind of servicing, Jeff, just because it's so fresh. Look, at full disclosure, I can't remember yesterday, let alone what the heck happened 5 years ago or 3 years ago. But to me, to see Justify on the track that day and then interview Mike Smith after, he had that look in his eye that I've seen with great hockey players that I was able to play with and go, you know what? this guy knows what he's sitting on. And, I didn't know that it would be on the verge of the Triple Crown, but seeing Justify in person for me is probably the greatest memory for me for, whether it was betting or seeing a Santa Anita Derby in person.
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed that. I go back 20 years to the year 2000 when a horse that I owned, a colt by the name of the Deputy with Team Valor, won the Santa Anita Derby, beat a great field that day. And I'll always remember going down to the winner's circle, not thinking about the $600,000 winner's purse, although I thought about that a little later. But the thing that I thought about is we are going to Kentucky. The next month is going to be fantastic. And even though the horse did not run well in the Kentucky Derby, in my own mind, I had won that race about 1,000 times between the Santa Anita Derby and the Kentucky Derby. So it was kind of enjoyable. And he wasn't the favorite that day. It's a very, very good colt. Of course, Neil Drysdale did us a favor by shipping Fusaishi Pegasus out of California to run the Memorial. We couldn't have beaten him and didn't beat him in the Kentucky Derby, but that was my greatest memory of the Santa Anita Derby. So, Eddie, I mean, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow at Santa Anita. We won't be there, obviously. We'll be watching very closely. Good racing ahead, and we have enjoyed this, and I respect your opinion. I mean, I might change my mind between now and tomorrow because I know you like Connor AP, and I respect that, and I think he's got a great chance as well.
Great to be with you, Jeff. Always keep up the great work, and I look forward to doing this again soon. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.